Welcome to my channel, guys. So this is charcoal. This is a very popular way of cooking in Mombasa or even in Kenya. So right now we are going to boil rice because we are making rice with beef stew today. So as you can see here, this is how we cook because charcoal is very affordable and easily available. So that's rice. You can see on the other side we are going to wash it. Okay, so while we wait for the water to boil, so we are preparing the rice. All right now the water is ready. As you can see, it's boiling. Okay, now they've added a bit of salt. Most of the time we usually look at the we measure through by looking at the eye, and of course right now we've added a bit of oil also. I know some people say, how comes you're not measuring? But usually with time, with practice, with experience, we just look by the eye and you just know how much you're supposed to put inside as ingredients. All right, so right now we are washing the rice, as you can see there. This is how we usually do it in Mombasa. Okay, then once we finish, then we put the rice inside the boiling hot water, as you can see there. Most of the homes, when you go to Mombasa, you'll find that majority of the houses, they usually use charcoal because first of all it's affordable, secondly it's easily available, and thirdly most people, this is what they can afford in the communities around Mombasa and also around Kenya. And also around East Africa, let me say that in general, and even in Africa, to be honest, because most people usually use this type of this way of cooking. All right, so now we are putting the rice inside the hot water, and after that, once we finish, then of course we wait for the rice to be cooked. Okay, so this is how we cook in the village, in the normal way, normal homes around Kenya and also in Africa. Oh yeah, by the way, the goats have come from the grazing, so they're entering their home. Yeah, this is where they stay, the goats. I'll do another video where I'll show you how the goats are staying, but also if you check my past video, you'll see also what have other videos where I've talked about the goats and the cows. All right, so now we are waiting for the rice to be ready. So we are going to okay, now we are mixing it up. Then after that we are going to put the lid on. Then after like 10 minutes, then of course the rice, the water will have I see the water it's boiling, it's cooking the rice. All right, after that, once we'll put the lid back on, and we'll go for another 5, 6, even 10 minutes. All right, you see that pepper we are putting there. You'll see why we're having that pepper, why we are preparing that pepper later on in the video. Just watch this video up to the end. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, of course drop your comments if you have any questions. This is us, how we live in Mombasa, or should I say how we live in Kenya. This is my normal life, my village life. So you can see the rice is continuing being cooked. All right, I know some people have questions. Please watch the video up to the end. You'll see why we are going to use that pepper. All right, now you see the water has receded and the rice is cooked. So we are going to put, you see that pepper which you guys were asking? Yes, so that we're going to use that pepper to cover the rice. Kindly watch this video up to the end and you'll see why we're using that pepper for. All right, now you see the rice is there, it's cooked, and there I am looking at myself in the video. All right guys, look at that, the rice, it looks delicious. This is how we cook in the village, to be honest. All right, now we are using the pepper. I'm putting the pepper in the water, and then I'm covering the rice. You see there, I'm covering the rice with the pepper. This is how we usually cook in the Swahili way of cooking rice. Okay, that's how we cook. We cover it, the rice, we cover it with pepper. Of course, you soak the pepper first in water and then you cover it. And once you finish that, of course, we put the lid back on, and you'll see, watch the video up to the end, you'll see why I cover the lid. And then we are going to pour the hot charcoal on top of the lid. Pour the hot charcoal on the lid, and once you do that, then of course we leave the rice uh, for the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and then it will be ready, as you can see on the video. So this is how we do it. This is how we cook rice in Kenya, in Mombasa, the coastal region. So this is a tradition that has been passed through generation and generation, from my grandparents, great-great-grandparents, and great-great-parents. This is how, literally, how rice is being cooked in coastal region, and I think also Kenya, and I think some parts of Africa in general. This is how we use the charcoal. This is why charcoal is used commonly around the area. So the rice is ready. Now we are removing the paper, as you can see. All right, now the rice is ready. Look at that, I like it. All right, now we are going to, look at that, clean white, as you can see. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to look like, and then the rice has to be real cooked, and it has to come out, like the way it's doing. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then after that, then we are going to put inside the hot pot, and we're going to serve. So we are eating rice with chicken stew, actually. Yeah, so what you're seeing here is basically what people, this is how people do it. This is how we cook rice in the coastal region, Mombasa, in Kenya, some parts of Kenya, the ones who are using charcoal, that is. Okay, it's ready, as you can see that. Look at that. So it's gonna pour the rice inside the hot pot. The hot pot is literally just a container where you're going to put the food so that it doesn't get cold. Yeah. And of course, at home it's a big family, so this rice is basically for people. It's around 1 kg, 1.5 kilogram, and it's for a big family, a family of around 7-8 people. Yeah. So there you can see the rice is being removed from the sphere into the hot pot. Then once it's removed, then of course you're going to cover the lid and ready to serve to the family. Okay, now the beef stew, as you can see here, it's ready. The chicken stew is ready. You can see here the chicken stew is ready, and of course they're going to put a bit of garlic, they're going to put a bit of turmeric, they're going to put a bit of salt, lemon, just to spice it up the food. And as you can see, the look of it, it looks very, very delicious. Okay, it's ready. So this is how we cook the chicken stew. Of course, I do understand different communities cook their chicken stew differently. Also, different families cook their food differently. But I'm just showing you my family, how we do things, and I just give you a glimpse on how we go about our normal day-to-day activity at home. Okay, this food looks ready already. So I'm seeing a bit of pepper. I'm green pepper, I'm seeing potatoes, I'm seeing chicken, I'm seeing the stew is ready. As you can see right now, it's completely ready, and it's very thick, looks very delicious. Yeah, there I am taking pictures. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video, and of course don't forget to comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. So now we are serving. This is how we serve food in the family. I'm just giving you a glimpse of my family, how we go about a normal day-to-day routine. This is in my hometown, in the village. All right, and of course you mix it up with the chicken stew. Look at that. So we're gonna put some, of course, if it's you depending on the elders usually get the bigger piece, and of course we give them the juicy piece of the chicken, and yeah, and then of course whether when you decide. Of course, some people prefer to have less soup in their food. Other people prefer to have a lot of soup in their food. Especially me, I love to have a lot of soup in my food. That's my preference. But other people, they don't like soup in their food at all. They just like a little bit and then done. So yeah, basically this is generally how we eat, how we serve rice and chicken stew. Other people prefer eating rice with beef stew. Other people prefer eating rice just plain with a normal stew, no beef, no chicken. Other prefer eating rice with fish stew. It all depends on you what you decide on serving. Now this is my food. You can see I prefer eating a lot of stew in my food. Everybody in my family knows that. Yeah, this is my food now. This is what I'm gonna eat. And to be honest, I really enjoyed this food. It was very delicious. Everything was 10 over 10. I enjoyed the spice was good. The food was delicious.